People think night shifts are quiet. They imagine empty hallways, a ticking clock, maybe boredom. What they don't understand is that night does not behave like day. It does not move forward. It folds. I learned that on my third week working alone. The building was never meant to be occupied overnight. That much was obvious. During the day, it was loud phones ringing, printers whining, footsteps echoing through the corridors. But at night, it became something else entirely. Not silent, just listening. I worked security, graveyard shift, midnight to 6. No partner, no supervisor, just me, the cameras, and a radio that crackled even when nobody was talking. The first thing you notice on nights like that is time dilation. Minutes stretch, hours compress. You check the clock, swear it's been at least 40 minutes, and only 3 have passed. Then you blink, and suddenly an hour is gone with no memory of it leaving. At first I blamed fatigue, then the clock started disagreeing. The digital clock on my phone said 12:41, the analog clock in the hallway said 12:18, the computer monitor timestamp said 12:59. They never realigned. I reported it. Maintenance laughed, said analog clocks drift, batteries die, but electronics don't drift independently in opposite directions. That was the first unease, the kind you ignore. Because acknowledging it would mean accepting that something fundamental, something you rely on without thinking, was broken. On the 4th night, the building map changed. I know how ridiculous that sounds. I had walked those halls dozens of times during training. There were 3 floors, 2 stairwells, 1 service elevator, no dead ends. But during my patrol at 122, or maybe 147, the clocks no longer mattered. I turned a corner that should have led to the east stairwell. Instead, there was another hallway. Longer, narrower, the lights were dimmer there, buzzing with a faint electrical stutter, like they were struggling to stay awake. I stood still for a full 30 seconds, waiting for my brain to correct itself. It didn't. The air felt heavier, like walking into a room where people had been arguing just moments before. Not hostile, just charged. I took 3 steps forward and stopped. The sound changed. Behind me, the building was quiet in its usual way, distant hums, ventilation breathing. Ahead of me, there was something else. A low, almost subaudible pressure, like standing near a large object moving very, very slowly. I told myself it was airflow. I told myself a lot of things. When I turned around, the hallway behind me was still there, but it looked slightly wrong. The lights were spaced farther apart. The carpet pattern repeated incorrectly, like a copy of a copy. That's when my radio clicked on by itself. No voices, just static. Then breathing, slow, measured, as if whoever or whatever was on the other end had its mouth right up against the microphone. I froze. I didn't reach for the radio. I didn't speak. I just listened, heart pounding, waiting for a dispatcher to break in and explain it away. Instead, the breathing stopped, and my voice said my name. Perfect cadence, perfect tone, as if someone had memorized it. I snapped the radio off. The silence afterward felt wrong too, not empty, anticipatory.